Okay, so the last gear review I did was on my my X-Dragon solar battery chargers, where they recharge when they're not in use, and they'll charge even in low light, and they help top everything off and keep everything charged up and recharge everything by the end of the trip. So they really changed how I do camping. They've really benefited my camping. They've made things a lot easier. But this gear review is going to be on USB rechargeable lanterns. So these are LE lanterns. They have multiple settings. They've got an indicator on the back that tells you battery life. Then it'll turn on a lantern on full bright. A dim setting. Then it's got the flash, the SOS, and then off again. They're magnetic. They've got two magnets right here, and those magnets are actually really strong. They hold really well. But if you don't have anything metal around, they've got these two hooks. Hear that? Sounds good. It's okay, bud. It's a skidoo. I got two of these hooks that go alternating ways, and I really should take this off. There. I've had these for a couple years now. I think it's time I can take those off. So like I said, they've got these hooks that go alternating ways, so you can pinch them together over top of something and they can't fall off, or you can just have it hooked over top of like a clothesline or something and just let it hang there. These are fantastic lanterns. Now, I'm a fan of the Pico lantern as well. That was my first lantern that my buddy, his research and use of it convinced me to get it as well, because it was a really good lantern. These, I have to say, are better than that. They're brighter, and you can, I don't want to say you can do more with it, because that's not true. The Pico has more configurations. It can hang over top of you with, shining the light down. It can set on your table just like a camp lantern. That's okay, bud. Yeah. And you can also, set it around or hang it from a clothesline as well, because it's got a hook on the back. But these ones are so rugged, way more rugged than the Pico. They are compact, they're way smaller, and they're smooth. There's no edges to bind, so when you throw these in your bag, you can pull it out no matter what's pressed against it. And I really like the fact these are rechargeable and don't take AA's like the Pico. I like being able to have this charged at the end of every trip and know that they're topped up 100%, and I don't have to take anything else to use a lantern. I don't have to take extra batteries. I just take my solar banks, which are always with me anyways. So yes, these are fantastic, and I bought two of them. I stumbled across these when I actually bought those Frable lights for the ice shack I was going to build, and they were just such garbage. I looked for another alternative, and this is what I ended up getting. I'm so happy that whole situation happened, because these are just insanely bright, insane bright. Whew. So, yeah, these were cheaper than the Frable. I don't know how to say it. I don't even care. I hate that brand. These were cheaper and brighter. The reason I bought two, I actually bought one, tried it out, loved it, immediately went and bought a second one, is for longer duration trips, or if I'm in my big Davis canvas tent. I wanted the option to have, a nice light at one end of the tent and at the other, and it kind of illuminates the whole inside. So I got two of them, but I pretty much only use one. I have gone to the point though where I've used this and it started getting weak and lowering in power and getting dim. So I did pull out a second one a few times just because one was one the batteries were starting to get low on. Okay, these are IPX4 waterproof, so they can be used outside, they can be used in the rain. I certainly wouldn't submerge this, but it is IPX4 rated for waterproofing. So if you're unfamiliar with the IPX ratings, go check them out online. It definitely makes a difference with what gear you want for what adventure. So these lanterns, these LE lanterns, from a full charge on high, they will last 5 hours, about 5 hours. And on low it'll last 11 hours, and the SOS, because it is bright but it's strobing, it'll last 10 hours. I'd say that's, I've never had a lantern on for 10 hours, but I usually only use these on bright, on high, and it's for sure lasting me 5 hours. So I'm pretty confident that that's a good number. Yeah, for the size, for the weight, these are nice and light too. They're not that heavy. I can't tell you the grammage because I'm not an ultralight camper, so I don't care about grams. I'm usually always driving to my camp spot or pretty close to it, or it's a really short walk in where I don't care if I have to struggle through the weight. So I'm not sure how heavy they are, but they last 5 hours on high, 11 hours on low, 10 hours on SOS. They're IPX4 waterproof rated. They've got configurations to hang, or you can just set it down, and they're USB rechargeable. These are a fantastic addition to my kit. So much so I ended up going and buying a second one. So guys, if you're looking for a lantern, this is it. This is a great option. Now there's tons of lantern options out there. There's probably ones better than these. This is what I've chosen, and I'm not just going to go buy a new lantern because there's a new lantern out. So I'm going to use these until either the batteries can't be recharged anymore, or I break them. So this is definitely something that's always in my kit, no matter where I'm going. If I'm camping somewhere, they're with me, both of them. If I remember right, these costed me about 30 bucks, $29.99 each. I thought that was extremely affordable considering I was going to spend 2 or 3 times that on those other ice fishing lights. So definitely worth the money. 30 bucks. They've lasted me years, and they're a great addition to my kit, and I highly recommend those as well. Okay guys, stay tuned for the next gear review. Thanks for watching.